What's going on, y'all? Lenny, back again. So, came up with another interesting video while things run through my head like wildfire. Today, this one, we're going to compare the 240 Fireflex, 12-inch barrel, 34-inch, 27-ounce, half-ounce end load, to the 305 swing sitting on Miken Freak KP23 from 2020. Again, 12-inch barrel, half-ounce end load. The only major differences between this bat and the Fireflex 1 are this is a 2-piece, that's a 1-piece. This is 26 ounces, not 27 ounces, and this is a 220, not a 240. So it's a little more it's a little closer. The Fireflex 1 now has about 84 cuts on it, so after the last couple of videos, I'm up to about 84 cuts on that officially. But I also decided to bring something else to the game, because why not? And what the hell? This is my 33 and a half. Yeah, you heard that correctly, 33 and a half. I believe 27 or 28 ounce, all alloy, 1-piece Demarini Ultimate Weapon. This is from like 2008, 9, I don't remember. I bought this off a friend of mine eons ago, for laughs more so than anything. I don't know how many cuts this bat has on it. If I had to guess, I'd say 400, rough ballpark estimate. Pun not intended there. That bat has never hit a platinum dot, so I have no clue how that's going to go with the platinum dots. I do have the same mix of balls, you know, the typical Super Gold Dot C-Locks, that ISA tattoo ball, the Super Gold Dot Extremes, and of course the platinum dots. So this video mostly is just going to be focused on the Fireflex 240 versus the KP23. Again, 220 versus 240, like last video, but this is a little closer to apples. 12-inch barrel in both bats. The only major difference that keeps them from being any more similar is the fact that the KP23 is a 26, not a 27. So it's 34-26, not 34-27, like the Fireflex 1, or yeah, the Fireflex 1, the Fireflex 240 is. And the Fireflex 240 is a 1-piece versus the KP being a 2-piece. So this test is going to be fun. I'm only really going to take, like, I don't know, maybe 5 hacks with the Ultimate Weapon. To be completely honest, it's literally just here as a, let's see how far things have come between alloy, 220, and of course now 240. Let's get into it. This should be a heck of a lot of fun. So I'm going to start with the Ultimate Weapon, just kind of a set a baseline with the alloy bat, see what happens. And like I said, I'm probably only going to take like 10 cuts with this, so 5, maybe 10 cuts. We'll see what happens. It is a little bit cooler day out. Still a little humid, but then again, that's Maryland weather for you. If it ain't hot, it's humid, and if it's not humid, it's hot, dry, and feels like Death Valley, so oh, the interesting thing before I even start swinging here, the Ultimate Weapon, all 3 of these bats have 12-inch barrels on them. So this is, like I said, 33 and a half. I think 27 or 28, I'm not sure, offhand. And it's not marked anywhere, so that kind of sucks. It is all alloy, so it does feel heavier than the other 2. But again, 12-inch barrel. So you have 3 12-inch barrels here, 2 1-pieces and a 2-piece. 1 alloy, the other 2 are composite, 1 240, 1 220, and then of course alloy. I don't know that they had a realistic certification as far as that is concerned, but I think these fell under the 220 stance, but I'm not sure. This bat, for all intents and purposes, is literally just for exactly what I'm doing here, batting practice. I don't use this bat in game. I don't even know if I can game this thing anymore. Oh, I tried to hit that one a little bit. Tried to pull a stunt like I did yesterday. Not really yesterday, depending on when I upload this, but, you know, the previous video. Tried to hit that one into somebody's yard. Good thing is that was a regular ball, not a platinum bat. So already I can honestly say, swinging this, it feels so much heavier. It's like, this is like swinging a tree trunk versus the other 2. And the great thing about alloy is it's alloy. You don't have to break it in. These things come hot out of the wrapper. You don't really, and unlike the composite bats, you don't have to rotate them every swing. Every other swing maybe, but. Alright, so that was 5 regular balls. Let's try a couple of platinum dots and see how this thing handles the platinum dots. Like I said, I don't know that this bat has ever seen a platinum dot, so. Oh, wow. Okay. Definitely unique. Way different feel when you start swinging a alloy bat into one of these platinum dots. It doesn't quite jump as hard, but it still jumps. So that's 7. Alright, so I'll hit 1 more platinum dot and 2 more regular balls, and then I'll switch bats here. Ow! That one came back and hit me in the ankle. Of course, I'd rather it hit me than land in somebody's yard. Which is where that one was heading if the net doesn't catch it. That was a gold dot, extreme. Last ball, here's one of the sea locks. So, I mean, I can see why alloy was favored for such a long time. It doesn't take a break-in process. It comes out of the wrapper hotter than the sun, you know, ready to go. You don't have to rotate the bat. I think the major disadvantage to having alloy, honestly, is the weight. This thing feels like a log compared to the other 2 bats. So that's the Ultimate Weapon. Let me pick up these balls here. feel free to comment in the comment section, would you still swing alloy if it was a legitimate situation? Or do you honestly feel that composite has overthrown the world of USSSA softball, or the world of softball period? I did the old versus new comparison with my buddy Gary, and of course I did it by myself as well. And we both agreed, and me and Gary agreed, and I said it myself. Alloy is nice, but composite, I think, keeps a lot of the older guys in the game, especially now. So, alright, so let's jump right into the KP23 here. This is the 2020 Kyle Pearson Signature Series KP23 from Miken. This is a 220 stamp bat. It's got about 305-ish swings on it. Early on, this bat was nice, but it was kind of like hitting a wood bat. It was almost like there was nothing there. Now, it's pretty hot, but I still don't know that it's pure broken in, because it still seems like it needs some work. Alright, so this is a platinum dot that's going to start here. Move the net just a touch up the hill here. So that felt good. Like, right off the rip, I can honestly sit there and say, like, even though this is a 26 versus the other two, which are like 27. I know the Fireflex 240 is 27. I think the Demarini, the Ultimate Weapon, is a 28, but I'm not positive. This already, compared to that, it's like swinging a toothpick. Even though this has a half-ounce end load in it, just the sheer difference of going from alloy to composite is massive. Didn't really rip into that one as hard as I probably could have. Like I said, it is a little humid out here, so I'm not going to be like swinging for the fences here. Pun completely intended on that swinging for the fences after what I did in that last video. Driving one into somebody's yard that's a bunch of houses down from where mine is quite funny. Again, you can really tell the difference here between the platinum dots and everything else. I mean, the first 4 balls, 2 platinum dots, 2 regular balls, and I already can tell the difference just in that short amount of time. So, the KP, again, it's hard to really judge how hot this thing is anymore, because I'm at over 300 swings, and there's some times where I make contact with it, and it just feels like it's deader than a doornail. And then there's other times where it just hits the daylights out of the ball. That's one of those ones that kind of just felt dead. It may just be that part of the bat, I don't know. Like, because that one felt really good, and that was a completely different part of the bat. Because even with 300 swings on it, I'm still rotating the bat after every swing. This bat's definitely, you know, when you catch it right, this bat's definitely a rocket launcher. But I don't know. Platinum dot. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I don't know how many something else like this. Alright, so that's 9. Yeah. So that's 9. I'll hit 3 more here with this bat and then pick those out of the net and really go to town breaking in the Fireflex 240. Like I said, 84 cuts. I had a friend of mine who has the 2-piece version of the exact same Fireflex 240. Said to get it to about 180 at the minimum. So, all right, so 2 more balls here. You know, and realistically, I got to be careful swinging the KP. I think I mentioned this before. The KP is missing the warranty label on the bat. So I don't know if I should realistically still be swinging it or not. You know, drop a comment in the, you know, drop a comment in the comment section below if you know whether or not swinging this thing, even though it doesn't have the warranty sticker on the bat anymore, is a good idea. I do have the warranty that I got emailed when I bought the bat, but the sticker on the bat, nope. Alright, so that was a platinum dot to finish. Pretty sure that was the finish. Yeah. So that was a dozen balls. KP23 versus the Ultimate Weapon. Not really an apples to apples here because this is alloy. And this is composite. This is also 26. This is like 27 or 28. But they're close enough in swings, you know, like 400, 320 now, 315, 320, something like that. If I had to game one of these two, like, and only one of these two, it'd be the KP. As much as I love the Ultimate Weapon is just so heavy. Swinging that on hot days like this, or hot days like the game I played last Sunday. Yeah, the 4 games we played last Sunday, because we had played 2 makeup games and our 2 regularly scheduled doubleheader, as well as a makeup for the makeup doubleheader against the same team. I'm glad I had this. I'm glad I had the composite bats, because swinging this thing all darn day would have killed me. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love, without a shadow of a doubt, love my Ultimate Weapon. But it is so damn heavy that swinging it just feels like it feels like you're swinging a log. You know, I made this comment a while back to a couple of friends that I work with. You know, you look at somebody like a Trey Mancini in Major League Baseball. Now, granted, we're talking baseball, not softball. But you look at somebody like Trey Mancini, who just went through a year, roughly a little more than a year of cancer therapies and treatments, surgery, and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into all that. That's realistically his personal information and something I really shouldn't get into. But he comes back, he's still swinging a 34-inch, 32-ounce Louisville Slugger C243. It's one of the heaviest, most end-loaded bats that Louisville makes. It's not the most end-loaded or heaviest bat they make, but it's up there. He's swinging 34-32. Granted, okay, he's swinging birchwood now, not maple, but that's still a tree trunk of a baseball bat for a guy who just went through all the shenanigans, or, well, I say shenanigans, all the hell he went through last year and latter parts of 2019. So, you know, me sitting here complaining about an alloy bat versus a composite bat makes me sound like a dick when you look at that in retrospect. But sometimes I look at, you know, I would love to still be hitting with this, but you have to look at the reality, and that is alloy is too damn heavy now. And unless you're playing in a league where nobody's going to give a care, like alloy, unless you're playing in like a fall ball league where it's going to be cold and you know it, I wouldn't swing anything other than a composite bat. And you're wondering why I brought up the, you know, fall ball leagues and the cold and the shenanigans like that. Simple. Cold can blow composite bats apart. I've seen it. Alright, so Fireflex 240 time. This is, again, 34-inch, 27-ounce, half-ounce end load, 12-inch barrel, 240 stamped, one piece from Easton. This is going to be rough because I'm going from a heavy bat to a light bat to a heavy bat, but whatever. And I am going to go through the whole bucket with this bat. Okay, so first swing out the box. Definitely not the best swing. Kind of let go of it a little early. Didn't really stay through it. Pulled off of it, so it didn't really go anywhere, so to speak. I don't really want it to go anywhere, but okay, that was better. Pardon. So, finishing this one off, finishing the bucket here for this bat, we'll put it at about 84, put it about 108 swings, plus whatever bounce outs I retake. I could already tell you I like this bat a whole lot more than I like the KP, and the comparison between this and the Ultimate Weapon, it's not even a contest. I'll take this. it's really not a contest. I would take the 240 Fireflex over the Demarini any day. As much as I love that Ultimate Weapon, it's too blasted old. And, you know, you're talking about a bat that was made in like 2008 or 9. I don't exactly remember offhand. I'm sure somebody could look that up. And, you know, you're talking about a bat that was made in like 08, 09. It's 2021. That bat's 12 or 13 years old, all alloy. Swinging that now is like torturing yourself unless you really have the body for it. I let go of that one a touch early, but I managed to stay through it. I wouldn't have wanted to bend that pitcher because that would have been right back in his head. That was a better swing. I think I've only hit one platinum dot so far. I'm trying to avoid the platinum dots for a little bit. Timber. Or should I say metal? Anybody that understands cutting down a tree and the guy's yelling timber, or has seen a Looney Tunes cartoon and Bugs Bunny cutting down a tree and having it drop on Daffy or Elmer or whoever he decides to drop it on. You know, they yell timber. But that thing's not metal, or that thing's not wood, it's metal and composite materials. So, got a handful of platinum dots to tee up here coming up. So some of these ones are going to be laser showed. Like that one. So the fun reality, I think, with the 240 bats, or at least this one, is it really does seem to be holding up to the torture, or the early torture, I should say, pretty well. I mean, the platinum dots are, you know, built and designed to break bats in. They're VP balls built and designed to break bats in. That's the whole premise of what they're there for. You know, this bat, I've only had this thing since, when was the 30th? Last Wednesday? Yeah, I've had this thing since the 30th of June, so I took 12 cuts dead. Weather rained me out a couple of days, and then I did the videos on the 3rd. Yeah, so 84 cuts in less than a week, and I'm looking at 108 plus whatever has been bounced out. And if I had to guess, hitting one of these platinum dots probably counts more so than the dang regular ball. So who knows how many actual cuts that is when you count the platinum dot cuts. And let's go follow. Yep. Alright, so back to the regular ball really quick. Got a couple of regular balls coming up. Oh, I tried to hit that one down the street again. Alright. Looks like I got 2 regular balls left and the rest are platinums. Plus the bounce outs, which is 3 regular balls and a platinum so far. Make that 4 regular balls and a platinum. So, back to the platinums here. Caught that one off the end a little bit. I kind of sucked my hands in a little too much and caught that like right up here. Alright, so we'll polish off these platinum dots that are left and then hit that last regular ball and get into these bounce outs too. So, what do I think comparatively between the 3? Now granted, I'm taking more hacks with the Fireflex 240, but that's because it's not broken in. But comparatively, I would honestly say that the Fireflex 240 is definitely the hottest of the 3 bats. Doesn't quite have as good a feel as the KP does. The KP is a full-on 2-piece, where this is a 1-piece. Alright, so that last video cut out for some stupid reason. So I gotta go find some more balls here. Okay, so like I said, that video cut itself off. Or that part of the video cut itself off. Probably my phone being too hot. I don't know. So I'll try and make these 6 swings count for something. So 26 more swings on top of the 84 that were already on the Fireflex 240. This again is the Fireflex 240 versus the 220 KP23 from 2020 and the Demarini Ultimate Weapon from like 2009. All 3 bats are 12-inch barrels. The KP is a 34-inch 26-ounce half-ounce end load. This is a 34-26. This Fireflex 240 here is 34-inch 27-ounce half-ounce end load, 12-inch barrel. Again, all 3 of these bats have 12-inch barrels. And the and the Ultimate Weapon is 1-piece alloy, 33.5, I think 27 or 28 ounce. The Fireflex 240 here is a 1-piece composite, and the KP23 again is a 2-piece composite. with these last 6 swings here with the KP, or from the Fireflex 240, these were bounce outs from that round. Okay. And in all fairness, no, I'm not re-teeing the bounce out if it bounces out again. Because these 6 swings are going to put it at 32 swings. I didn't really like that swing at all. Alright, so that's 2 platinum dots. Handful of regular balls here. I think it's 3 gold dots, and the tattoo ISA ball I know is silicone. So, being realistic here, what do I think of these? These 3, again, because the last half of this video cut out. I think the Fireflex 240 is definitely the better bat of the 3. The KP at 320-ish swings, while great feeling-wise, the sweet spot on it, for me at least, is very small. Certain parts of the bat, I catch it, it just feels dead. And I feel like I hit it I feel like I had everything in that, and it just feels dead. I don't know if that's because the bat is dead or what. I kind of hope not, but... and the Ultimate Weapon, while still pretty damn hot for an alloy bat, is just too heavy to swing nowadays. Alright, so 2 more balls here. No, I'm not going to re-tee that platinum dot. If it's the only bounce out, no, I'm not going to re-tee it. If one of these 2 bounces out, I might re-tee it. I like an even number, that way I can make the math make sense easier for having to cut swings. And as asking you shall receive, there's another one. Starting to kind of get under these a little bit. So I'll just re-tee the platinum dot and the ISA ball. So this again here, this is the ISA ball. 44,400 core. My C-locks are 44,375s. I don't know what the Super Gold Dot Extremes are. If you know, drop that in the comment section. And the BP Platinum dots, good luck. I have no clue. I'm going to figure out what those are. Stayed through it, but rolled over it. Kind of got on top of it. At least I kept my hands through the zone on that one. Same problem there. So $26,632, and on top of that is 34. 34 swings on top of 84 that I started with for that bat. Puts it to 118, rough guess. So let's talk about it. Use way too much sunscreen. Spray on sunscreen. Hate that shit. So let's talk about it. Alloy versus composite, 2-piece versus 1-piece, 220 versus 240. So the 2-piece KP23 here, I love this bat. I really do. I think this bat is an absolute rocket launcher. For me, though, I tend to find that I can really only put it to one side of the bat and get consistent performance. The other three, you know, if I roll it, because I do quarter turns, I do 4 quarter turns instead of like 8 turns. So I do 4 turns of the bat. I find one spot, you know, one roll, one area of the bat really for me is just way, way, way hotter. The other 3 are, 2 of the other 3 are pretty hot, but inconsistent, and the third one just feels like it's deader than a doornail. But I mean, other than that, it's pretty forgiving. Doesn't really ring the hands, which is nice, especially with a 12-inch barrel and in a true 2-piece, because again, there's no like connector piece like you would find in like the connection technology for a Fireflex, 1, or even the new Fireflex 240s that aren't the 1-piece version like the one I have sitting here. This is the lightest of the 3, 26 ounces. Half-ounce end load. I like this bat a lot, but it does leave room for improvement. The Ultimate Weapon. If I thought it was legitimate enough to still be using this thing, I probably would be. It's alloy, and I realize everybody and their brother's probably going to look at me like I got 80 heads here, but slice of reality, fellas. I don't care. This thing is a missile launcher for being an alloy bat. It's just too old and too damn heavy nowadays. But still a really good bat. Which brings us to the new kid on the block, the 240 Fireflex. 1-piece composite. Again, this is 1-piece alloy, the Ultimate Weapon, and the KP23 is 2-piece composite. Both those would fall under the 220 stamp. This falls under the new 240 regulations, obviously, because it's, you know, Fireflex 240. It's right there. If you want to see the stamp, the stamp is right there for crying out loud. So, the Fireflex 240, honestly, is definitely the hottest of these 3 bats, and it's got the least amount of swings. It's at 118 swings now, roughly. 84 and 34, 8 and 3 is 11. Yeah, 118 cuts on it now. And I wouldn't be surprised if those platinum dots count for more cuts. So who knows what it actually is, since they're designed for breaking in bats. But I definitely think this is the hottest of the 3. I would definitely recommend trying one of these if you know somebody that has one. I'm not going to sit there and tell you, go buy it. I'm very hesitant on that, which sounds insane as much as I talk this thing up. The reason I'm hesitant is simple. It's still very much brand new. There's something flying around my head. It's still very much brand new. very much branded. 118 swings is still 60 some odd swings shy of the 100. It's like 70-ish swings shy of the 180. A buddy of mine who has the 2-piece version of this exact same bat, because there's a 12-inch 2-piece version and a 12-inch 1-piece version. I have the 1-piece, he has the 2-piece. He said about 180 to 200 cuts will get this thing gamer ready, so I'm definitely a little ways off of that. But I can honestly say I really like this bat. I like how it feels. It treats well on miss hits, even with it being a 1-piece. And surprisingly, I rated this, I think, a 5 out of 10 in swing weight. And I gave the Fireflex 1 a 6.5 in the previous video. Actually, I think I'm going to take this one up to a 6, because this feels very, very similar to that Fireflex 1 that I own, except this has, because it's a 1-piece, it has just a little more weight to it. A little more weight to it than the Fireflex 1 does. But I definitely like this bat a lot. I'm still trying to figure out how the heck they put a 240 stamp on a bat that's this hot. But I guess everybody will cross that road when they come to it. But in the meantime, as you all know, keep swinging, stay hot. I'll catch y'all in the next one.